Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is 5 ways to get groceries for free. And these are tried and true ways, okay? In 2022 alone, the nonprofit Feeding America has distributed 5.2 billion meals through its food bank network, and more than 21 million households benefited from the federal food stamp program, officially known as the SNAP program. But these programs are hardly the only resources that can help you fill your pantry. The first one is called the Little Free Food Pantries. We have these here in the Tampa Bay area, and I've seen them, and I've contributed to them. So you've heard of the little free libraries where you can drop some books off and take a book if you want them, okay? They're the same, but they're little pantries. They're little free food pantries. They work the same way. People set up like small weatherproof containers either on their property or a public setting, and they fill them with free food. In this case, the stuff isn't books, but it's non-perishables, and sometimes even toiletries, baby items, pet items. Anyone is free to take anything that they need because the pantries are available 24/7. You can stop by early in the morning, late in the evening, whenever it's convenient. And since this stuff is free because it's donated, there's no guarantee you'll always get the kind of food that you normally would eat. Like, for example, a vegan little free food pantry host probably won't supply canned tuna or chicken, but flexibility is key here, okay? So the next one is FreeCycle and Craigslist. These two have been around for decades. I remember FreeCycle when Sean and I got our very first apartment, and I used to go on FreeCycle, and that's how I furnished our very first apartment, okay? Both have feast or famine reputation. You're either lucky enough to live where there's a great group offering great things, or you live in a place where people try to unload some pretty awful stuff. But sometimes you could try and get like fresh produce from people who never should have planted that much zucchini or whose trees have more plums than any one family can ever eat. Other times, the story might be, I bought a case of soup at Costco and I don't like it. I quit the latest fad diet, so here's all the 6 unopened meal kits. This item was mistakenly added to my grocery delivery order. Okay? So while researching for this video that I wanted to do so badly, I saw an offer from a senior citizen who received too many items from a food bank and she wanted to share the wealth. Okay? A few other items that I saw were all-purpose flour, a gallon of whole milk, Parmesan crisps, potatoes, green beans, infant cereal, applesauce, cooking oil, seasoned salt, sweet potatoes, mayonnaise, spices and blends, and a jar of Vegemite. So someone probably, either like they went overseas and they said, well, this is really popular over here, let's get it. And then you were like, I don't think I have the gall to eat this. So, believe me, I get it. I've tried Vegemite and no. So, can you completely live off of FreeCycle and Craigslist food? Probably not. But the point is that some of these foods offered could be things to add to your pantry because every dollar you don't have to spend on mayo or seasoned salt is a dollar that you can use for protein and produce at the supermarket. So the next one is something called Buy Nothing groups on Facebook. The Buy Nothing project helps neighbors share with neighbors through Facebook groups. And they're like hyper local FreeCycle groups organized neighborhood by neighborhood instead of city by city. As with FreeCycle and Craigslist, the goods offered will be depending on the people who are involved. The Buy Nothing Facebook group in my area is complete with like food products from staples to snacks to treats. sometimes in a single item, and other items like a big bag bleh, of assorted goodies. One woman was leaving the state and she was giving away 3 large plastic totes full of baking supplies. Okay, so among other things, the Buy Nothing Facebook group has gifted pasta, black beans, rice, soup, fresh rhubarb, canned salmon, flour, tea bags, protein powder, shredded coconut, some little bags of Cheetos, I saw some Spam on there, flaxseed, pickling salt, baking powder, yeast. Generally, you can arrange a time for the giver to put the food on the porch, like on the front steps, and so you can come get it. But you don't have to like communicate in a way except by like text or Facebook Messenger. Although in some groups, like there's friendships that are made and stuff like that. So it's really nice, you know. So the next one is called gleaning, not cleaning, gleaning. So this biblical concept of gleaning, allowing the poor to collect leftover crops from farmers' fields, has gained new importance as nonprofits work to prevent food waste. Some make lists of where you can get fruits and veggies or nuts for free, and others collect and distribute unused food from markets. A nonprofit called Food Forward lists gleaning groups in the United States and Canada. So here's a few to get you started. So if you want to write these down, Endless Orchard is a project of the nonprofit Fallen Fruit, offers a map of fruit trees located in publicly accessible areas across the United States and other countries. The next one is called the nonprofit Fallen Fruit, also offers a map of edible plants in public areas worldwide. Additionally, its sharing web page, it lists local organizations that plant, harvest, and share produce. The next one is Urban Food Forestry, links to initiatives in the United States and Canada that are devoted to planting, harvesting, and mapping of fruit and nut trees in urban areas. The next one is the nonprofit Village Harvest, lists gleaning organizations in select U.S. states. So you could also just knock on someone's door and ask if they're going to use all the fruit in the front yard tree that's just dripping with apples. It's always the nice way to do it too. Be like, I'll just take the bruised ones, you know, that type of thing. So in addition, keep an eye out for where raspberries have like jumped a backyard fence, or learn to identify wild greens and mushrooms, because note, it's essential to have a field guide, you know, for foraging to wild edibles, so you don't end up eating something that's not edible. You know what I'm saying? So the last one is dollar stores. Yes, just listen. Most everything is $1 or so, but if you play your cards right, you won't have to pay. Just listen. Sometimes the freebies are actually food. I have seen free after rebate items such as crackers, hot sauce, string or shredded cheese, cereals, frozen entrees, sweeteners, pretzels, lots of toiletries and housewares too, but we're talking food here, so let's just stick to the point. So, you know, if you're a couponer, you know what I'm saying? You know that you can get free food from them, you know? So enough for a balanced diet? Of course not. But again, every dollar that you don't spend on sweetener for your morning tea or your cupcake mix or the kid's birthday, or is a dollar that you can use on other groceries that you truly need. And when times are really tight, a bowl of cereal for supper is better than nothing at all. You know what I mean? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.